kind of unfortunate, but I ended up getting this upside down. The strap is supposed to, this part here, this whole buckle needs to be flipped, because if it's not like this when I crawl in, and if it's like this, I'll roll out of the hammock. So I have to flip these over. I can tell you that from personal experience. If it's not done upright, you will be on the ground, or I will be on the ground. And as someone who's fallen out of a hammock before, I can tell you it's not great. It doesn't hurt. I mean, it's not like it's enough to send you home, but you gotta make sure that you're not going to fall out. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay. Alright, I think I'm happy with the height. Ideally, I want to have it to where I'm about sitting height. When I go to turn in, I can just sit down. That's good. So, this is actually the hammock that got me back into hammock camping. So, getting bugs. Get the underquilt out, which is going to be its own video because I want to do a review on it as I fall. Greetings one and all, how's everyone doing? I hope well. I wanted to go over the Easthills gear hammock Snuggler. This is not the original bag that it came with, because the original bag is lost somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think I'm cutting my own head off here. There we go. I don't know what happened to the bag. It's probably inside of another bag that's sitting probably underneath a pile of junk. Because, you know, who has time to clean? And cleaning is so boring. So, here's a hammock. I showed this in the Diablo Lake trip. So, I wanted to actually do a full video on it. Its own individual video. Now what I decided to add to this is 2 carabiners. And the reason why is because, you know what, I actually brought the wrong hammock to show you, but I'll just tell you. So let me adjust the camera. Okay, so the other hammock that I was using had the tree hugger strap. And the strap had a carabiner on it. Now this has just the cinch buckles, which shockingly, this will hold my weight. I know, it's like, I've camped with it before, so I know for sure it will hold my weight, amazingly. The problem I was running into was not a huge issue for me, but it was just knowing enough that I brought out the carabiners. So the idea is I could just stick the carabiner on the hammock, it's the hammock strap, and actually hook the underquilt to this, and then get the other side up here. That way it's stuck like this, and the thing will hang. I'll try to get I'll see if I can zoom in on that so you can get a good look. Come on, camera. Camera's slow to zoom in, so hopefully that will show. If not, I'll use the other. I'll use a Nikon if it doesn't. But I can basically just do this and put the hammock, the underquilt over this. Now this might be an issue, but I will just have to adjust it by doing this and then hooking this on. That way it won't move around, and I can just adjust it like this to pull it up. Make sure your feet are going to be warm. Now that looks blurry to me on camera, but I'll get the other camera out. Well, that kind of sucks. Well, that kind of sucks, but the carabiners already broke on me. So I'll just I may just either do a Prusik knot, or I may just do a loop of paracord and forego the carabiner, or just run with it like that and see how it happens, see how it works. So it was a free carabiner I got out of an old job site, so it's not like I'm out anything. It was free, and it's a plastic carabiner, but I figured it's only holding an underquilt, because most of my weights could be held by the AM steel, which holds, you know, what is it, like 1,100 pounds? So yeah, if it can't hold my weight, which I know it will, because I've camped on this before. So there we go. All right, so there we have it. I think that should do okay for the night. There was some question about the hammock and the underquilt not being in there, you know, hanging down kind of low, but you know, when I get my weight in here, I'm going to be pushing that hammock down into the underquilt. So, and the last night I slept in this, I wasn't cold underneath, so you know, there you go. But that should be all right. If I have to, I can always pull up on these center straps and adjust it a little bit more, pull these up if I have to. So we should be good there. But once I get in here, I should be pulling this down. I can always cinch up the ends if I have to. I just hop out, you know, get everything adjusted, get back in. So, good game. Okay, where are my notes? Hang on, forgot my notes. So on their Amazon web store, as of today, 2022, price always subject to change in case you're watching this in 5 years. The price of this is $54.98, so $55. If you're a Prime member, like I happen to be, because I take advantage of Prime Video, occasionally there's something on there I want to watch. Plus I like free shipping. If you're not a Prime member and they offer you a free trial, just sign up for the trial, get it shipped to you, and once you get it, say thanks suckers, and then cancel it. I mean, don't do that. But it's like $14.30 for like the month, so it's not really that horrible, especially if you're gonna be buying a few things. If you already have it through your work account, just order through your work account. That's what I had an ex-girlfriend do that. She was just ordering everything off her Amazon store that she was using for work, so you know, why not? Or you can just pay the shipping. I don't know what the shipping actually is, but it might vary based on how far it's going and whatnot. But yeah, so now the Amazon store, it actually calls it a 4th season underquilt. That is not true. In fact, if you read through their whole page, there's actually a Q&A section on there, and somebody asked what the temperature rating is, and they even commented themselves and said probably wouldn't go below 40. In my first night in this, I think it dropped mid 30s, maybe low 30s, and my back was cold. My feet weren't cold, my legs weren't cold, just the center, basically my spine, like right up my spine, just a cold chill, so it's hard to sleep. But on my last outing, it was, I think it was mid 40s. Was it mid 40s last week? Something like that, 2 weeks ago? I don't even know. But anyway, I wasn't cold at all. Back was warm, top was warm, feet were warm, legs were warm. Good game. In fact, it is a full underquilt, covers your whole body, and it's also tucked in on each side, so it pulls up on your shoulders. Didn't have any shoulder coldness. You know, for $55, I think that's pretty smashing. I was quite happy with it, which is why I continued to use it. I do have another underquilt, and I do actually want to get a colder rated one, but some of the costs on those are pretty substantial, more than I have right now. I don't really want to sack my savings to get it, because then it's like, as soon as you sack your savings, what happens? Oh, someone slashed 2 of my tires. Crap. What the hell am I going to do now? That's a bug. So, I actually haven't had this hammock out all year this year, or I think all year last year either, so it hasn't seen any use. because all last year I was busy, and then this year I was testing other gears, so it's seen a little neglect. But I like it. I think it's a good underquilt for 55 bucks. There are some cheaper ones. I don't know what their rating is. I think the page said this is a 1.98 pounds, so it didn't feel very heavy. Of course, you know, I shoved it into a bag and it lofted up. Of course, when they pack it, it's all lofted down. But then when you pull it out, it lofts back up, and you never get the stuff back in there, which is why I say give us a little bit bigger stuff sack. Been saying that for a while. More bag. So, well, alrighty. So just a quick review of the underquilt hammock, Hammock Underquilt, excuse me, from Easthills Outdoors. I've got 2 of their hammocks, 1 of their underquilts, and I think 2 of their tarps. I've been pretty happy with their products so far. So, of course, I'll let you know in the morning how I slept. If I was hot, if I was cold. We're getting into late spring. It's mid-September now, so, you know, I'll give you an update in the morning how the night went. Alright, so I actually started this review of this underquilt 2 weeks ago, but yeah, it's 2 weeks ago I camped out with this. Now I'm back, and even though the temps got a little chilly at night, this underquilt has kept me warm the entire night. So I never got cold. I mean, I had moments where I was a little chilled, but that was mostly top. I think the blankets were shifting around, but all throughout the night, back was warm, butt was warm, back of the legs were warm, feet were toasty. Good stuff for $56. Which I think I had some other stats as well. Of course, I'm sitting down, so look at that. I wrote some stats. Not very many, just a couple things. Yeah, it's $54.89 and 1.98 pounds. So I think it's pretty good for a 3-season underquilt. I say that because I wouldn't take this below 40 unless you doubled it with something else. When I was at Diablo Lake, it got really cold that night. You know, my 15-degree bag was on top of me, and I was well warm on top, but underneath, you know, I was cold right up the spine. Thankfully, I was only spending the night. Otherwise, if I was there 2 nights, I would have been kind of chilled. So, yeah, I think so far it's been great. I mean, this is what, 3rd, 4th outing with it. You know, a couple nights sleeping out, and I like it. It's good stuff. I'll link all the description below so you can check it out. And the end screen will have all the you know, the video where I used it, and then this will be its official review. So, as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.